Alright, this video is how to load a roll onto the wide format printer. Pretty simple. In this example we're going to use the regular old poster paper. If you see these signs, this will come into play later, and this is the type of paper it is. Alright, go ahead, Bill. Step one is removing the rubber bands.
Let's try to do this. Teamwork.
Alright, then we're going to go over to here. If you notice, on each end there's a, I don't know what you want to call that, a nub. And on this side, this one's rubberized. I usually put this side in first and make sure the paper is going over the top. If it's coming from the bottom, you're going to end up printing on the back side of the paper, and that won't work. Alright, go ahead and try to, might be a two-person job sometimes. Getting it lined up over here. I'm just gonna pretty flush there. And this mechanism here slides that way. This is a locking mechanism. Now it's not gonna move back and forth unless you pull that, then it'll move. We're not gonna move it because we're trying to load it. There you go. Next, there is, difficult to see, right through here is where you want to put the paper. There's really nothing else up there. Yeah, I'll get down. There's really nothing else up there. There's only really one spot you can stick the paper. And as you feed it, it's going to grab it and beep, and then you'll know it's ready to go. Before you feed it, usually, these things, move them out of the way, the edge guides. Because you don't, if you feed it crooked, it's going to hit those, and then it's going to jam, and you have to, it's a big problem. So, close that window back up, feed it, and I don't know if the chime came through, and you can kind of hear it now, and it's going to do its own thing. I think it's in. Maybe a little more. Yep, there we go. At this point, it's going to run through a couple of tests. Oh, other thing, make sure this is up. Alright, so now we basically have it almost ready. Come over to the screen here, and it's going to ask us, there's a couple options here. Most of the time, we use the edge holders. So, I gave us a little warning there. What you do with the edge holders is these slide nice and easily over top of whatever media you have in here, and we find it very useful for the adhesive ones. You want to kind of line it up so the paper is just peeking through those little dots, those perforations. Do it on both sides. Alright, you want to make sure it's flat and not catching on anything, which it tends to do. And then hit continue. Next step here is these are all the paper and adhesives that we can put in there, and that goes back to what's on these little signs. That's the paper that we're looking for, and these are the most common ones that we're using. Most of the time it's probably going to be one of these top three. We don't use many others. We hit continue. Oh, I already did that. Skip that. It's going to run through some checks. I doubt it's going to skew because it doesn't skew very often. While you're holding that button, I'm going to look down here for that paper to come in. Close this window. We found that if you don't close this window, or if you accidentally leave it closed, the paper will get jammed up and the print quality is not good. That will be all for this one, I think.